In the previous video, we have talked about Kurt Lewin's force field theory of change, which included sort of three steps or three stages about how the organizational change is going to be done. And now we are going to do John Kotter's 8-step plan. So we are gonna be a little more detailed. It's sort of building up on the previous video. So let's see these 8 steps and how do they work out with the Kurt Lewin's 3 steps. Well, according to the Kurt Lewin, we had some sort of unfreezing, and those are the first 4 stages within Kotter's model. So this was the unfreezing part. Then we have the actual change, which are the next 3 steps, and then we have refreezing, which is again just the last step. So this is the connection between the previous video and this one. So let's look at this more detailed plan for implementing the change. So we start by the first step: establish a sense of urgency by creating a compelling reason for why change is needed. So let's say a sense of urgency or a compelling reason is that we are going bankrupt. So we are going bankrupt. And of course, that's a compelling reason, because if we do so, we are going to lose our jobs. Now, form a coalition with enough power to lead a change. So let's say you talk to enough of your colleagues who are managers and you form this sort of a coalition to lead this change. Third, create a new vision to direct the change and strategies for achieving the vision. Well, let's say the vision can be that we will cut our costs, let's say by 30%. That's our vision. Now we need to develop these strategies, how to achieve it. Well, let's say we are gonna have a bit lower salaries, then we are gonna have a better purchasing department, then we are not going to, let's say, repay the business travels for the managers, whatever. But those are the strategies that we plan to implement to achieve this new vision. Then we need to, of course, communicate this vision throughout the organization. We need to ensure that everyone who is around will know that, okay, we have a problems, we might be going bankrupt, but now we have this vision, so please follow us, be with us, and we can solve this problem. Then we are getting, as you can see, then we are getting to the actual change. So we need to empower others to act on the vision by removing barriers to change and encouraging risk-taking and creative problem-solving. So we shouldn't be rigid, we shouldn't be the ones who come and say, hey, I'm gonna change this organization. No, we should empower others and talk to them. Be like, do you wanna join this movement? Do you wanna join this change? Okay, come and help me, please. So that's the sort of empowerment. We continue by a plan for create and reward short-term wins. This is quite important, that remove the organization toward the new vision. So let's say that our original aim is cutting the cost by 30%. If we cut them by 5%, that is sort of a short-term win. We are not there yet, but we are getting there. So we should really reward these short-term wins. We continue still with the change of consolidating improvements, reassessing changes, and making necessary adjustments in the vision. So let's say that we were successful quite, and we got to 25% of cutting the costs. Well, we should reassess and think, is it enough? Will it solve the initial problem of going bankrupt? And then reassess it and maybe continue on the change and try to push it to the 30%, or keep it so that 25% cutting was enough for us. Well, and we are getting then to the final part, which is the sort of refreezing in this stage. So we should reinforce the changes by demonstrating, and I will just change the color, by demonstrating the relationship between the new behaviors and organizational success. So we really should show the organizational success is that we didn't go bankrupt. And we should show the relationship between this success, that we didn't go bankrupt, and the new behaviors. So we made a lot of changes. For instance, that managers are now not going for abroad trips, and we should show, okay, you are not going for a business trips, but on the other hand, look, thanks to that we didn't go bankrupt. So this was the John Kotter's from, I think it was from Harvard School, 8-step plan for implementing the change.